the Zrathkan Empire had crushed hundreds of worlds without breaking a sweat. Their genetically perfected warriors, bred on the fortress world of Droyalgjuan, were the pinnacle of interstellar combat evolution. They towered over most sapient species, their skin plated in natural chitin armor, their reflexes faster than machine logic. When the Galactic Coalition spoke of war, the Zrathkan were the iron fist that ended it. Until they met the Deathworlders. Planet, Terra. Sector, unclassified. Threat level, insane. The first contact logs had seemed like a joke. Temperatures swung from volcanic to glacial within days. The atmosphere was a chaotic mix of nitrogen, oxygen, and other reactive gases. Megafauna roamed the wilds with claws and teeth large enough to shred an armored transport. Even the flora was hostile, everything from vines that crushed bones to pollen that killed slowly. Still, the Zrathkan General K. Var assumed the native sentients would be brittle, desperate little creatures. When the scouting fleet captured their first human outpost, the prisoners were odd. They laughed while bleeding. One even bit a Zrathkan warrior bit, not with fangs, but with normal human teeth, breaking its armored forearm in the process. That same human died of blood loss shortly after, grinning through cracked lips. K-Var ordered more research. And so the observation ship, Vorthok's Pride, was dispatched to orbit a human military facility, cloaked and silent. Their target, Fort Resolute, a place described in intercepted comms as a basic training center. K-Var assumed it would be a soft target. His warriors gathered around the holofeed, ready to sneer at the younglings of this violent species. What they saw instead made every clawed hand fall still. On screen, human recruits sprinted through mud, faces emotionless, while being screamed at by other humans. The mud was contaminated with microorganisms lethal to most species, the kind of filth the Zrathkan biofilters would purge on sight. The humans didn't even flinch. That is not training, one Zrathkan medic hissed. That's survival conditioning. It got worse. The humans submerged themselves in ice-filled pits, emerging with blue lips and shaking hands, only to be ordered into weapons drills moments later. No thermal suits. No exoskeletal assistance. Just raw muscle, determination, and defiance of natural law. Later, the humans marched across jagged mountains under weight loads, heavier than a Zrathkan light assault mech. Some staggered, some vomited, none stopped. But the true moment of terror came during the live fire exercise. The recruits crawled through barbed wire, tracer rounds zipping inches above their heads, mortar shells detonating on the perimeter. Not a simulation, actual lethal ammunition. One recruit froze in fear, his body trembling, paralyzed. A drill instructor stomped over, lifted the recruit by his vest like he weighed nothing, and snarled, "You freeze, you die. You move, you live. Shoes." The recruit, tears cutting through mud-caked cheeks, nodded once and crawled forward under fire, under hell itself. K-Var's warriors sat in silence. Their own basic training involved sterile chambers, AI-monitored workouts, pain-dampening exosuits, and auto-sedation at the first sign of overexertion. Humans broke themselves on purpose. K-Var ended the transmission. The room remained heavy with silence. General One Officer finally whispered, "What kind of world creates such creatures?" "Deathworld K," Var muttered. "A world designed to kill everything except those too stubborn to die." But deep down, the truth was even worse. The Zrathkan, bred for war and sharpened through centuries of genetic perfection, had always believed in physical supremacy. Now, faced with these thin-skinned, soft-boned mammals who willingly embraced agony to become stronger, their whole doctrine wavered. It wasn't just biology. It was mentality. The humans had no claws, no armor, No inborn weapons. Just willpower, grit, and a deep, unshakable instinct, adapt or perish. A human child's first lesson on Terra wasn't how to walk, but how to fall and get back up. By adulthood, they'd mastered surviving what most species called extinction-level scenarios. The Zrathkan invasion plans were quietly shelved. War councils disbanded, treaties drafted, and every Zrathkan who had witnessed the footage would carry the same nightmare for the rest of their lives. If this was their basic training, what were their warriors actually like?